back to Primed Clueless.
Kaya Dreamers.
Kaya Dreamers. Episode 12.
Hayden tickled my little feet with a feather. That's why we're giggling.
I want to know how close that was to like the very, very too late.
Yeah, there's like if you look at the audio file, it's just like absolutely brick walled for 2 seconds.
Well, welcome back for another episode here on D&D Live Presents Twitch stream. Great episode coming up. We're going to be talking about some fun things. Fun for us because we're not involved.
Yeah.
we're on the outside looking in.
We're going to be talking about the state of tabletop gaming, but mostly what's happening with Dungeons & Dragons and Hasbro and just a bunch of corporate grossness that is infecting a lot of our interests and things that we like. But just in this tabletop example, because being a miniature painting stream and you guys being fucking nerds... That's the example we're using, so we can talk about this sort of thing. We're talking AI art, we're talking corporate greed, all of the fun stuff. We've also got a new segment coming up. This really feels like radio. It feels like forward selling. In the next 15, we're going to be doing this...
But stick around, because that's all coming right on after Groceries by Mallrat. If you know... I'm sorry.
Put on head.
First of all, I'd like to break some news to some people. Part of this, you know about this. This is not news to you. This is news to them.
Oh.
2 big dogs have been... I was about to say fired. They've left on their own accord. Have left D&D. They've left Wizards of the Coast, which is huge. So anyone who plays D&D to a large extent...
will be shot.
Yeah, you're leaving Wizards of the Coast as a customer.
Ice will visit your house and fucking deport you, my guy.
Don't say that, because have you heard what happened recently?
Yes.
That's horrific.
It is horrific. Stand tall, stand up.
My goodness. Yeah, Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford both have left Wizards of the Coast, which big names in D&D, because Chris Perkins has been there for 28 years.
Wow.
Jeremy Crawford has been there for 18. Chris Perkins was the creative director. He helped design campaigns like Curse of Strahd. Big one. It was a good one. Producer Princess, what are your thoughts on Curse of Strahd?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Like vampires? Very good. And Jeremy Crawford was the lead rule designer for 5e. Now, I don't know if anyone else has done this, but have you ever looked up a rule for D&D?
Yeah.
Because boy howdy is Jeremy Crawford the one that just goes, oh yeah, he just puts out tweets being like, oh yeah, this is how the rule works. And he's just like, that's how it works. If you have a problem with that,
Yeah, because there's endless debate about all sorts of things that aren't written explicitly enough. So to have someone be like, okay, guys, it's this.
Yeah.
It's this. This is how drowning works.
Yeah. I'm pretty, like, there's like so many things like, yes, we know this says this and this says this, but actually it works like this. And it's really interesting.
We weren't expecting you to play Boingo the Clown who can summon infinite chickens, alright? We did not write that into the 5e rules, my guy.
Yeah. But
yeah, so like that's not even just 5e, that's like for that many years. They would have been around for like 4e, 3e.
Well, I can't remember the exact dates, but they would have been around for 3rd edition onwards. For certain. Maybe 2nd. Oh, we got 10 bits.
Yay!
Infinite chickens!
Before we dive more into this though, what are you painting?
Oh, what am I painting? I'm painting Ant-Man and the Wasp. And like that's not too many, that's 4. Because Ant-Man has a big form and has a little form. And then same with the Wasp. So it's currently just doing like the base colors and trying to like find the middle ground of making them like the same, big and little, but also like making it so you can actually see the color of the little ones, because they are tiny. They are like the Ant-Man, the miniature one, his whole body is the size of my big thumb. Like, look at that.
Your big thumb?
The nail of my big thumb.
As opposed to your little thumb? Your tiny little thumb?
I was going to say big toe.
Your big toe? Your good thumb?
My good thumb.
My big thumb.
My big thumb. Like, look at that. That's like the size of my big thumb.
Yeah. Well, because, like, I've seen pictures online, but only seeing it in person have I really grasped just how fucking tiny it is.
Well, you could say that about a few things in this room. I'll tell you what! My penis.
Unpacking Venom.
I love Venom.
NetEase Games hates me, so they locked Cyan Clash Venom behind time. Not even behind a paywall. I will pay millions of fuck dollars or whatever the Marvel Rivals currency is. That's the green one, I'm pretty sure.
You pay blues. And yellows. I don't know what the currency is, but they're just blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Or purple.
Purple.
No, purple's for the battle pass.
The battle pass.
You gotta consider the blues and the yellows.
Yeah.
Like the West Coast Eagles.
Up the West Coast, yeah.
Up the Eagles! Gather Round happened on the weekend. Did you watch any of the games of the Gather Round?
Fuck's the Gather... Are they playing Magic over there? What's going on?
The Gather Round is when all the games are played in Adelaide.
Why Adelaide?
Because Adelaide paid the most money for it.
Sweet.
That's why it's always at the MCG. The grand final.
The MCG's at fucking Adelaide?
No, the Melbourne Cricket Ground is in Adelaide.
Yeah, I was going to say, why?
That's why the grand final is always in Melbourne, because they pay the most money to have it in Melbourne every year.
I always find it fucking hilarious that there's a Marvel stadium.
It's so weird, hey?
Losers.
And, like, my parents went there, they're like, do you want anything from there? And I was like, what the fuck are they gonna have? Like...
The Cyan Clash Venom.
There's like, oh, you could get a little lanyard, and it's Ultron's face on it. Wow.
It's so... I forget that the MCU catapulted Marvel characters into your racist dad's... Not your racist.
I was about to say, what's my racist dad got to do with this?
Vaughn slander on the
I was about to say, you put some respect on his name.
Big V.
V Money Vaughn.
But just your uncomfortable 50-something-year-old dad now knows about Jean Grey because of footy.
Yeah, it's definitely made some dads get absolutely plastered at the Marvel Stadium and wander home with an Ultron
Wander home?
Wander home with an Ultron backpack.
Yeah.
I carry my 2E's extra dry in my Thor hammer backpack. I love it. It's called
Mate, dog. I fucking hate this absolute dog water country. Holy shit.
Anyways, Wizards of the Coast. It's the reigning theory is that they're all leaving to make a different group.
And if that is the case,
that kind of fucks.
It fucks as long as someone in the new group changes the fucking CR rules.
Or just makes them not bad.
Exactly. As long as someone vetoes when they're like, okay, so this is how CR worked, we're going to import that. As long as someone's like, nope, we're going to make the game playable.
We're going to make VR, we're going to make fucking this shit decent.
Because I'd say that is one of the most
painful parts about D&D.
Yeah, it's one of the most things, like one of the most necessary homebrews is changing the difficulty or like the stats of monsters. And if you have to do that to make your game like playable, it's rough out here.
Yeah, the fact that it's so like you can do a homebrew world, no worries. But if you do that, boy howdy, you're gonna spend hours trying to figure out what a CR is.
Yeah, and like not to dog on their contributions because holy fuck have they contributed. It's just my one gripe with the like rules as written is the CR. Everything else, like I'm sure there are nitpicks here and there. There are like spells and you could fucking pour infinite man hours into like learning everything there is in
Hydrate!
Hydrate?
Kael didn't get a drink before the stream, so that's the paint water.
No man, do you want to drink my water?
No, I've already had a sip.
Okay.
It's blue. Which means it's more it's better for you.
Oh baby.
But I see them being fired would bode less hopefully because there are a few layoffs happening, and we'll talk about that. More than a few. Few as in, like, you're looking at something big and you're like, phew! So, like, them being fired in that would make a lot of sense and would be in line with how corporate greed Hasbro and Wizard of the Coast have been. Especially there was that whole D&D Beyond controversy not too long ago.
Yeah, like,
remember that?
It's crazy the amount of things that they're doing right now, considering, like, not that long ago they were like, stop making content for our game, we're gonna make it ours. Stop it.
It's like when the fucking Fine Bros tried to trademark React, like...
Oh, goodness, what a time to be on the internet.
Exactly. I've seen too much.
I've seen the rise and fall.
I'm 25. I feel like I'm 80. I feel like I've seen empires burn. New ones rise from the ashes and put 100 boys versus 100 girls for $5 million. And a Feastables.
What? I don't understand. Like...
But if those guys are still in this business, the business of making virgins happy, like me, virgins like me.
Oh, he meant like you're making virgins happy, like that's your day job.
Oh, no.
You don't make virgins happy?
I'm a virgin. I make myself miserable all the time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate to hear.
Yeah. Don't listen to Mitski at 3 a.m. It'll fuck you up. But if they are still in the tabletop RPG making space, those guys could tear it the fuck up. Because there have been talks, especially during the D&D Beyond stuff, of like people just making their own systems, and that's how you've got like Critical Role coming out with Daggerheart. And Daggerheart is like fun. I do like Daggerheart, but like any departure from D&D is always going to feel like a departure from D&D. Like Dungeons and Dragons is so integral to the tabletop gaming space.
It's like integral to like a lot of like just so many different communities.
Yeah, and it's place in history and culture is so just it makes it very, very difficult to topple. It's something that you can't really compete with.
No.
It's like if you start like an animation studio now and you want to compete with Disney.
I know, yeah, you're going really well, but did you have to deal with people like thinking that your game created like people worshipping Satan? No, you didn't.
No. And that's raw as fuck.
Yeah, do you know, like, all the stuff that happened in and around that? Like, it wasn't just like, oh, Satan! It was like, people hired PIs to look for people that were missing, found out they played Dungeons and Dragons, and went, that's why they're missing.
Yeah, well, all of those, like, it's not really a thing anymore, at least, like I don't go to church, so it could still be a thing. But those little, like, flip book, like...
Oh, what were they called?
Matchbox-sized, like comic book things. And there were, like, a bunch of those, about a bunch of stuff with religious doctrine and propaganda. But a few of them were about the dangers of Dungeons and Dragons. But also, these were the same people who, and content warning, brainworms, but same people who were like, Harry Potter is Satan. Satanic. Like...
To be fair, before their time.
Exactly. No, you know what? Kind of woke for that.
You know what? Yeah.
Kind of pretty, good take retroactively.
The church is actually really woke, says Kael.
It's the church. I doubt the church were like, this woman, Joanne, it is said in the waters, in fucking Psalms cheek clap 315, that this woman will become awful and be transphobic and also go against asexuals for some fucking reason.
For some reason, pick a fight with them.
Yeah.
That was really odd.
Yeah.
Not saying that like some of the stuff she does isn't questionable, but that was real out there.
Fuck, what was I even talking about? I did a funny voice and now my brain is gone.
The church brainwashing people with little flip books.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, there are so many of those about Dungeons and Dragons and the dangers of letting your children play this demonic game. And to be fair, I have played Dungeons and Dragons with people. We're all gay, we all have piercings, and we all have premarital sex. So they might be
I
onto
have
something.
neither. There's none of those.
What?
I'm not any of that.
Damn. Sucks to suck, I guess, dude.
Producer Princess had a little giggle over there.
I've only played Dungeons and Dragons with some satanic fuckers, you know? It's...
Yeah, we've worshipped the Lord. We've worshipped Satan. I mean, not the Lord.
We did a like, Christian and Catholic themed fucking campaign. But it was not even like Captain Bible. It was just like, the art's cool.
Captain Bible?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I looked into a bit of like the story behind the Satanic Panic, and
that's what it was, yeah.
Like it's crazy that like back then they were like, this person, trigger warning, this person, like people back then, you know,
what are you gonna say?
Self-harmed, and then they blamed it on D&D. And they didn't once consider that D&D was the one thing that like gave them a social aspect. So they're just like, it was D&D. Because D&D has... They actually listed all these things. And they were listing all the things that D&D had. And one of them was like... They were like, D&D has homosexuality! God forbid! In my Christian home?
I don't think it did. And all of the like 1E art is just a bunch of blokes hanging out shirtless, so like maybe...
The first edition in D&D, if you played a woman, your strength cap was lower than men's.
It was capped at 18 and men could get to 20.
Yeah. And also, not to mention, Dark Elves were good at pickpocketing.
Gary Gygax...
That was a proficiency that... Like, what are they called? What are the, like, Underdark Elves? What are they called? Abyssal Elves?
I thought you were going to say the slur.
Drow Elves, that's the one.
Producer Princess.
Thank you. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, Yikes. I do prefer the Drow Elf lore now, that
They're Australian?
They're just all beautiful twinks.
I love the have you seen the theory that they're Australian? Like,
yeah.
You should give your Drow Elves Australian accents every time.
They were cast out by the elves, in brackets, the British.
They live
down under. I'm hopeful for this. I think, you know when like you have a shitty friend in a friend group, and like everyone slowly like kind of stops hanging out with them. That's how I feel about what's happening with Wizards in the Coast. I hope that more and more cool people from the friend group stop hanging out with Hasbro and instead make their own little situation. I think that'd be cool.
I just can't get my head around the fact that they re-released D&D whilst also actively in the production of one D&D.
What?
So the D&D that was just released, right?
Is that not one D&D?
Nope.
What?
That's a refurbishing of the current rules.
Why would they bother doing that if they were going to redo...
The cheddar cheese, Kael.
Huh?
The money.
Oh.
The stocks.
That's gross.
Yes, correct.
And confusing.
That's why I've not, like, even looked at the new rules, because I cannot be fucked learning these new rules before I learn one D&D's new rules.
Yeah.
Because they sent out all this stuff, they're like, here's the playtest, give it a try. That's not what we've just been given, Kael.
It's like if Sony was like, here's the PlayStation 5, but also we're also releasing the PlayStation 4.5 as well.
They do that as the PS4 Pro.
Oh fuck, you're right.
And the Slims.
Oh my god! I feel like they're gonna assassinate us. I feel like we know too much now. But yeah, that's the situation with that. Going into Hasbro being shitty and the layoffs that I was talking about earlier, Hasbro layoffs. Say the information we've been given said that in 2023 they announced all of these layoffs. So at least 1,100 jobs were going to be cut across all of their departments. And that wasn't even it. That wasn't an isolated thing. Apparently, there were more layoffs, 800 plus leading up to this. So they're just absolutely fucking burning the forest.
I don't get it. I don't, like... You need to clean your brushes better, hi. Did you stick it too far down your throat, or did you get some paint?
I got some paint. It's only fair. I'm using this colour to paint Venom's tongue. I might as well use it on my own.
My goodness,
You know?
it's just me. I worry about you, my boy. Yeah, layoffs. It's just, I don't get it.
So I just realised you can use Venom as a brush holder.
With his tongue?
This is great. Fuck.
Why do you think I have 5 of them?
So all your brushes are being held by Venom right now?
Yeah, let us hold them, my boys.
But it does speak to the concern with creative teams being absolutely fucking demolished by big corporations and seemingly replaced by like AI and corner cutting and all of this shit where like corporations and Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro are going completely mask off with their intention. It's like we were pretending to be cool guys who were making fantasy stuff and selling it to you, and you know, we're just like you, we're just nerds like you. Haha, Wizards of the Coast, wow. But now they're like, fuck you. We don't have to give you shit of like any quality.
Yeah, we'll just slap Wizards of the Coast logos and D&D on anything.
Exactly.
And you'll buy it.
We won't even quality check to see to properly cite the sources of all of our art. We're not gonna look.
No.
If it's AI, fuck it. AI schmai.
Okay, can you do me a favour?
What's up?
And in the talking points, there's a bit that says AI timeline. Can you read that out for the viewers at home?
I
please?
think I will. I read this earlier, and it astonished me because you open like a huge part of the D&D books is like the beautiful art from all of these different sources, and it like really sucks you in and inspires you to write your own campaign or like your own characters. So to hear this, fucking shocking. This is the curated timeline from producer Princess Jules. August 2023. And 2023, mind you, was when these layoffs were announced. So, holy fuck. So 800 people had already lost their jobs, and 1,100 more were about to lose their jobs. So, rough year. AI art is detected in Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. You remember that book? Big book for giant lovers. And like Bigby being one of the characters in World, big player in World, getting his own book, and there's AI art in it. Wizards of the Coast removes the illustrations and affirms its stance against AI art.
Well, that's good that they're against it.
So, local drug dealer, meth found in his youth, says that he can't stand the stuff. October 2023. Art from the 2024 Player's Handbook, which was like, I suppose, revealed or leaked early, was accused of being AI generated. Wizards of the Coast still reaffirms its stance against AI art. December 2023, all the same year, art from the 2024 Player's Handbook. I just read that one. Oh, no, here we go. So, August, I can read.
Okay.
So August, the AI art is detected. October, the replacement art is revealed. And then in December, another book, the 2024 Player's Handbook, has more AI art in it. And this entire time, Wizards of the Coast is like, no. We, as a company, we stand against the use of AI art. We're also just, laying off all of our, artists and storytellers.
We're actually really big allies, too.
We're a family here at Wizards of the Coast.
We stand you allies as well. We're just allies.
Now, brand new year, brand new company. Everyone gets a second chance, new lease on life. January 2024. More AI art is discovered in Magic the Gathering ads. So Wizards of the Coast, naturally, still denies that AI was used. And then admits that they were lying, that they were wrong, that there was AI in it a couple of days later. So they were like, okay.
Literally a case of, nah.
The jig was...
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
The jig was up with D&D. We're like, okay, they're finding the AI in the D&D stuff. We'll put AI in Magic the Gathering. They're not going to fucking notice it. And if they do, we'll just deny it. And then they looked into it for like more than 5 seconds and they were like, oh yeah, shit.
Shit.
And then May 2024, Wizards of the Coast updates its contributor policy to ban AI in the use of finished products. Simultaneously, Hasbro posts job listings for a principal AI engineer for Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, that's incredible! That's incredible!
AI is found. We don't use AI and we don't agree with the use of AI. Alleged AI is found. The stance is reiterated, we do not use AI, we stand against AI. Different product, AI is found in the marketing. They deny AI, and then come clean later. Like someone who lies to you and then feels so guilty about it that it just fucking eats them up inside. And then, finally, they're like, they make a policy, an official stance about how much they're against AI. Hire an AI artist. Like, what?
What the fuck?
So artists were pretty mad about this. Naturally. Dave Raposa, who is a Magic the Gathering artist, announced his departure from working with Wizards of the Coast, expressing disappointment over the company's use of AI-generated art. So you've got an in-house artist as well being like, they're absolutely using this shit. It's fucking embarrassing. And like in this day and age, after the writers' strike, after like everything, for this company to like, not even just use AI art, but to deny it at every single turn, despicable.
Yeah. Companies using AI is like is not the problem. It's how they're using it. Because if you're using it to, analyze data and like cut corners that way, that's fine. That's just using like literally already existing programs that we have. If you're using it to cut someone out of a job that the community supports and loves, like I love the fucking D&D art.
Yeah.
The D&D art slaps. You look through it and you're like, wow, so many characters in here. Especially the player's handbook. You're like, which one of these little funky little guys am I going to play when I build my character?
It's like the first... It's the only visual that you get for this theatre of the mind world, basically.
Yeah. And if a company's like, yeah, we use AI to analyze data and do all that kind of stuff, you're like, yeah, cool, whatever. But if they go, we're using AI to fill a book that you pay for, you're like, well, no. That's not how it works.
I think AI art should be used in the same way that like Google Images is used, Like it should not fall under any like copyright.
Yeah.
It should be pre-copywritten material. If you go into Google Images and you sort by like images that are for market use and like 85% of it goes away.
Damn well I'm familiar with how to get non-copyrighted images now.
Yeah. Hayden and I, attorneys at law, by the way.
Yeah.
We did a mock trial. We fucking smashed it. We lost.
Somehow.
But we fucking smashed it.
We looked pretty goddamn sexy.
Yeah.
It suits.
And then we also like actually fucking won in a kangaroo court, basically.
Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again Season 3.
Speaking of, quick sidebar.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the last episode.
I'm not.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Every day I exist alongside that show is a day that I feel agony.
Sure.
Anyway.
I love refrigerators.
I love refrigerators. It seems like more and more people, like these aren't, a lot of layoffs are happening, but these like key figures are taking a stance and leaving, which is cool. Like David Rayquaza is leaving And like he's a fucking key artist for Magic cards, and I didn't know that until just this moment. Being a card game, like a big important thing about card games are the rules, yes, but people aren't collecting the fucking cards and selling them for $1,000 because of the rules.
The art.
It's the art. It's the foil of Elzar the Green flexing his fucking pinky toe. Like, that was only revealed in Geneva, Switzerland for a fucking Magic tournament in 2018, and they printed like 3 of them. Like, that's not important because of the
I don't know
rules
you're a
change
Magic
on
the
it.
Gathering expert.
Right? It's actually a land card. So what if there's a Sensei's Divining Top? I'm getting a nod. Top? Is it top or top?
It's top.
Top. Sensei's Divining Top, where it's
You give Divine Top.
where it's Sensei being like pinned up against a wall by by a big oily muscly man. The eponymous Divining Top. That was only revealed and played and in circulation for like 2 years in South Korea. Like, that's only important because of the art.
Yeah.
The rules are the same as the normal Sensei's Divining Top.
If there was no art on the cards and they were just words,
Yeah.
no one would play that game.
Like, it's like if we play Marvel Crisis Protocol in this house.
Yeah, we're known to crisis a few Marvel protocols.
If the minis didn't exist, we probably wouldn't play the fucking game.
No, probably not. We fucking wouldn't.
We
Because
absolutely
you
would.
you introduced me to the game because you were like, look at this miniature version of Cyclops, and I was like,
Yeah.
give me 14 of them right now.
And like these games are fun games and can be played very interestingly and competitively. But they are ultimately just an excuse for us to look at pretty pictures and bash our miniatures together.
Except when it's for gooners.
True. Pictures.
Correct.
But yeah, surprise, surprise, hot take, AI art is disgusting. And
It's very brave. of you
and
to say,
companies
yeah.
can just lie about it and fire all of their artists and lose key artists over it and not do anything to like keep them or anything like that and just keep using AI and hire people who specialize in engineering AI and still make billions of fucking dollars on cards and miniatures and books.
Yeah.
And selling us the thing with D&D, the reason why it's so like especially egregious with D&D is they're selling us storytelling and they are selling us the idea of creativity and collaboration. So for them to not collaborate with their creatives is putrid.
Yeah. And a community-based game that doesn't respect its community.
Exactly.
Crazy.
We're gonna go more into this. Unless I've skipped it. Have I skipped it? Intermission. I have skipped it. There was this whole thing. This whole thing with a tabletop simulator that was promised by Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, I did skip it. That's why the time. Wait, no, I didn't skip it.
Post break.
It is post break. We'll get to this. We will get to this.
That's a
This
little
is-
taste test.
Yeah.
What's to come.
I've shuffled the program around.
It does say break right at the top of the page, and then underneath it says this. Do you want me to reorganize your pages for you?
No, it's okay. Little behind the scenes action there. Surprise, surprise. We've got paper. We've got.
And a well-oiled machine.
There's a teleprompter back there as well. It just says Goon over and over again.
Is this why you're the clueless and Primed Clueless?
Because I need the paper.
Like it's got the papers muddled up.
Yeah, probably yeah. And because Hayden is covered in a thick layer of primer.
I've lacquered me cock shut.
I've lacquered me cock shut. Speaking of miniature update, I've got Venom. He's blue, very dark blue, but I'm going to build up to this cyan color here. Because I'm going for the Cyan Clash color scheme, which didn't have a name until Marvel Rivals. It was always kind of the color scheme for him in comics, but also in like Marvel vs. Capcom, and that's where I like kind of saw him in that color scheme, and that's why that color scheme is very like special and nostalgic to me.
Yeah, it's been like from Fortnite.
So for NetEase to lock it behind a beta, and
I'm so pissed off about that because I played the beta. I got into the beta, but I couldn't play it because there were no Sydney servers.
That's bullshit.
So the delay on anything I did was a full second.
Great.
So it was like pure cat, and then I would start to see somebody ulting.
Wicked.
It was just unplayable, so I couldn't play it. So I couldn't get the Venom skin, which sucked because at the time I was like, I don't think I'll play Venom. So it's not. It's fine. I don't need it. I don't need the skin.
Like,
I love Venom.
Yeah.
I'll play Venom now.
I can't main Venom because the heartbreak will get to me of not being able to use my favorite look of his. And if he had good skins, I would not be as heartbroken. Pardon me. But his skins are fucking god awful.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
The winter one is nice. It's a good change of pace.
Yeah, but you can't get that one anymore.
No.
Like, what the fuck is the point?
That's why I got it when I did, buddy boy.
Yeah, but his other two skins... People complain about Scarlet Witch having the same skin twice. Venom's like Agent Venom and the fucking...
Yeah, I will say I like Agent Venom. The new one they released, it's just Agent Venom with a lot more going on for no reason.
Yeah.
What about Phantom Venom?
Fanta Venom?
Yeah.
That's a piss take skin, and you know it.
You mean the fucking LCL Venom?
He's cute.
He's cute, but I want him blue.
Dabba dee dabba dine. Why are you blue?
It's like they're teasing me. They did that for me. It's like, haha, you want your solid fluoro-colored Venom? Haha, here you go.
Unlucky, Mr. Butler. This one's not for you, big boy.
And I say to NetEase, please, Mr. Butler's my father. Call me Kael. And then no one responds because I'm talking to myself in my apartment, and I still hear the sounds in the floorboards.
Maybe we'll meet in the bar.
How's your miniature going?
Good. I'm currently painting 4. So it's
Like the God of Thunder?
No. 4 different miniatures at the same time because I have no ability to just sit and do one mini at a time.
Your Ant-Man's looking cool.
Yeah, the little version's done because it's just like red and silver. I've just got to like let the grey stone set before I put a dark brown
The way
through
you've
it.
prepared the yellow for the wasp makes it look like you've, like Homer Simpson owed you money, and you've just beaten the fucking yellow out of him.
Well, I mean, like I've done like a weird kind of brush over, and now I'm gonna go through with a null oil to just like darken the recesses. But I'm kind of happy with the little version because that's not going to get any better.
We'll post pictures of them
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Instagram story.
Yeah, like I'm painting this one that is literally this big, so I don't know if you can even pretend to see that.
Yeah, this is a miniature.
This is not a viewer-friendly miniature that I'm painting.
It says slurs.
Viewer discretion is advised. Nacho cheese venom. Yeah. I do like that the skin changes the colour of all of his effects.
Does it?
Yeah. Like when he slams into the ground, it's all orange. Like his tendrils that come out are all orange. Like the anti-venom skin, everything's still black.
Oh, that sucks. I would play the anti-venom skin. Here's another fucking thing. I would play the anti-venom skin if they didn't make his eyes red.
Yeah, it's real odd.
Like, you almost had something cool, and you decided. You made an honest choice. Like, coating a skin and making a skin and, like, all of that process is not easy. That entire time, you're like, we'll give him the wrong color eyes.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. The slickness and the beauty of anti-venom is that it's the black and white reversed.
It's literally reversed.
Well, it has to be.
They literally just could have got the same skin and went invert and called it a day.
Exactly. And I wouldn't be so mad about Cyan Clash if we had a good anti-venom. Like, I wish there was a way to toggle that, you know what I mean? There are so many skins in Marvel Rivals. We're back on Marvel Rivals, welcome back. where I'm like, I want to toggle this option. Like, the fucking marketing for don't you pull up the comic books where he has red eyes? Don't you prove
Oh,
me
I
wrong?
just googled anti-venom.
don't. So I am incorrect, but could you imagine if I was right?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Fuck. I think
I was gonna pull you aside during the break and be like, "Hey, Kael."
I was thinking of the fucking Spider-Man 2. That's Agent Anti-Venom though.
Yeah, that's Agent Anti-Venom.
So like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
You're thinking of when he's in Spider-Man.
Thinking is a strong word.
You're imagining when Spider-Man's involved.
Okay, Johnny.
What?
John Lennon's dead, bro. You don't have to
Imagine there's no Johnny.
Imagine there's no Venom. You didn't play the beta. You don't have a gaming PC.
Or you don't live in Sydney.
Yeah. He really was moaning on that shit, you know what I mean? He was imagining a little bit too hard.
Do you reckon? Yeah, you know what?
What?
Yeah.
You're just cancelling out of that?
I'm just gonna tap out of that
No,
one.
what were you gonna say?
Nah.
I'm curious now. Do you reckon? No.
I don't even. Why would you?
Do you reckon? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
There was your Inside Out like panel.
It just went.
They're
No.
like, they're like wrestling right now. They're like, don't. You can't fucking say that, man. What were you gonna say? Do you imagine he was gooning on the mic? Well, I can't.
No.
Worse?
I was gonna say.
Could you imagine if John Lennon
No,
was an abuser?
Because you did a funny laugh.
That'd be crazy.
You did a funny laugh, and I was gonna go. Imagine if the villain from the Twilight Saga was here, because he laughs and he goes. Ah! That's why I stopped myself. It's not funny.
Oh. I thought you stopped yourself because it was juicy.
No. It was a Twilight Saga bit. That's why I stopped myself.
That was a spot-on version of the fucking Venatori or whatever the name is.
The Volturi.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I love the Twilight films for the quotable moments that just are terrible.
Mm.
We do not care what you did, Carlisle. We should get them now while they're on the run.
I haven't gotten to them. I haven't gotten to the funny Italian vampires yet.
They're so funny.
Yeah. My favourite parts of the fucking Wolf Boys.
Though the Wolf Boys roughhousing.
They're all wearing matching like denim jorts. They're all like
They
real
buy
hard.
them in bulk
Yeah.
because they get torn off.
We have to go to Costco, Jake. We have to buy an industrial amount of denim jorts for you and the boys. No shirts.
No shirts.
No shirts.
It's just a waste of money. What's the point? You don't need to wear a shirt.
You guys need.
No
to
one's
wrestle.
gonna get sunburned in Forks
That's true.
unless they're on the mountain. That's when the sun shines through.
Oh no, I haven't been. The mountain is where that uncomfortable kiss with Jacob happens.
I went to Canada when I was quite young, with my family. I didn't just go on an adventure.
It takes place in Canada?
No, there's
Then
a few
what-
scenes filmed in Canada.
Okay.
And my
How did we
mother
get
visited
here?
the log cabin that Jacob grew up, like Jacob house was set in, and visited the
Jacob House.
movie theater that they walk out of in the.
Where he's like, what a marshmallow.
What? No, when he walks out, he goes, I just peed or some shit. Like he just walks over from going to the toilet. Anyway, long story short, when I went there, the movie cinema, strip club.
What?
They changed it to a strip club.
No. It's like when I was in Melbourne as a boy.
When I was
a
young boy.
I was 13 going on 14.
My father.
And I thought I had everything figured out.
The big city, the big smoke.
It was just me. Me and the flashing lights and the neon of
In Melbourne.
the city that chilled my very marrow. I walked past a building. Several of those.
But there's a few.
Saw a poster. Twins Gone Wild. It was a porn theatre I walked past. Porn theatre wasn't just showing porn. It wasn't just advertising proudly that they were showing porn. But twin-related incest porn.
There are so many words that you just said that I don't know if we can say.
We can.
Oh, twin-related incest porn we can say?
The
Yeah.
kids call it twincest.
Yeah, that's none of the big three.
Oh,
What
that's right,
other
because we can't say...
What are the big three again? Fair.
You guys didn't see it, but we just gotta...
I just got a DreamWorks eyebrow.
I think that calls for break.
Wait,
Yeah.
real quick, while we're on...
We started talking about memories from when we were boys.
I remember walking down the streets of LA
Okay, Arthur.
and walking past a lovely little restaurant. And walking past a little restaurant, and I was like, "Can we go there for dinner?" And Dad's like, "We can ask your mum. I reckon we could go there." We go back to my mum, and we're like, "My sister, my mother, can we go to Hooters for dinner?" Dad pisses himself laughing.
I want to go to Hooters.
We went to Hooters in Singapore. Dad got to pick where we went for dinner one time.
And it was Hooters Singapore?
Yeah.
Oh, V-Dog. Oh, V-Day.
Yeah. There's a photo on my phone of like just the caption, "Vaughn got to pick dinner."
Jeez Louise.
Good wings.
Huh? Good wings. Okay. I want to go to Hooters. Not you know. But I feel like it's like disgusting American food, and sometimes
They cook.
that shit is good. Have you been to Bubba Gump's?
No.
You know in Forrest Fuck Gump where there's
Oh, we had Carl's Jr.
Don't cut me off.
We had Carl's Jr. That was fun.
Yeah. Which one's Carl's Jr. again?
The one with the new portobello mushroom burger. The one that had the portobello mushroom burger.
Portobello mushroom burger?
Yeah, portobello mushroom burger.
Portobello mushroom burger.
Yeah, portobello mushroom burger.
You're right, that is really fun to say.
Yeah. Speaking of, let me show you a video during the break about portobello mushroom burgers.
Portobello mushroom burgers.
They're loads of fun.
So we've devolved. We're gonna go to break.
Mm.
Have fun, drink some pee, have a water.
Drink some pineapple water. We miss you already. They're primed and clueless.
Kael.
Kael, dreamers.
Welcome back to Primed Clueless.
Could you go back to break and we'll hit that one
Yeah,
again?
can we?
Yeah, okay.
You're on a.
Kael, dreamers. Welcome back to the second half of Primed Clueless.
Pussy! I am 25 years old.
Already we've lost it? Oh honey, we never had it. Okay. We're doing something a bit different here. Primed and Clueless. We're gonna
It's the fucking plosive on it. It's the fucking you know, it's We've got to lock in.
lock the fucking Stop it!
We've got to lock in.
We're doing a new
This is fucking excruciating to listen to. Ugh.
We've got a new segment, and you're never gonna believe what it's called. Prime Picks.
Prime Picks, welcome.
We've broken it down into a few things. The first one is called Cool Things We Found This Week. And Jules, do you have visuals for this one?
I do, yeah.
Would you like to pull up the visuals of a certain cool thing? So this is Verco's vault. What you're looking at right now is
On the stove?
yeah, this is somebody's house / mansion. Sorry, that they
Is that me with a backpack?
I didn't know you backpacked it like that.
What the fuck? My backpack was open all day? Anyway, get pop off, King.
16,000 miniatures were in this guy's house, and he went, nah dog, I'm moving them to a museum. So there is currently a museum just south of the Las Vegas Strip that spans 25,000 square feet with his 16,000 miniatures. And still counting. Like, he's not stopped. He's not like, here's 16,000 of them and I'm done. He's still getting more. And like, he's got a cool name.
That's the takeaway?
Yeah.
Fucking Daz Dingle or whatever?
Gary Sparks.
Gary Sparks.
Gary Sparks.
He lives in Vegas. He's got millions of dollars.
LA.
He lives in LA. He's got millions.
No, Las Vegas.
He lives in Vegas. He lives in Vegas.
That's how he makes money. He goes to the pokies.
No, he's definitely a stripper.
I genuinely have no clue what he does.
Gary
What is it?
Sparks?
He just collects minis.
He's a sex worker. If that's the only way anyone could afford. Actually, no, sex workers are criminally undercompensated. But this is wild. Like, I guess it's not unheard of for a personal collection to expand into a museum. I guess museums are just collections that stop being personal. But the big thing with this that blew me away, fucking pre-show, was the fact that...
Gary Sparks is a banging stripper name, though.
Right! It's like a fucking Magic Mike spin-off, you know? And also, it is in this guy's mansion, and like, why have a mansion if you're not gonna have cool mansion decor? But the fact that it's in this like nice big building with like good lighting and all of it, like that's crazy. This is the White House. This looks like the White House, but just full of Warhammer.
And award-winning miniatures too.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago we were talking about the fucking Golden Demon
Yeah.
prize, and like just how insane the winners and runner-ups for that shit were. And this guy, like Thanos, just fucking has a collection of them. Because he's just bought them off of the winners. He's that rich. He's like, hey, that miniature that you sunk 10 plus fucking hours into, it's mine now. It's gone to the museum. There ain't diddly shit you can do about it.
Do you reckon he does a little dance for them? Real strip tease?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Gary Sparks will entertain you. He will show you the miniature museum. He'll show you a good time.
He'll look after you.
He'll look after you. Like my no. Gonna accidentally plug Mida JT mods.
This is what I imagine Drunken Monkey's house looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Drunken Monkey's house ain't far off that.
Yeah, this is wild.
This is like only a few rooms.
Does he have ancient Roman style columns either side of his fucking stove?
What the freak?
He's got
The architecture on his kitchen is insane.
his oven is the Roman Empire.
I'm surprised you don't open the drawer and like there's a... Kael, what are you doing there, buddy?
It's embarrassing. My fucking backpack was off its strap the whole time. I was trying to steal miniatures.
What is Kael? Hello, taper face.
I was trying to swipe some minis, dog.
That's the cool thing we found this week.
We is a strong word. Jules
You
found
can join.
this.
There's a Discord.
There's
for
a
it that you can
Discord.
join by like looking it up on Google. There's a website they're opening this year, supposedly, with this massive museum. And apparently they're gonna display all of the minis in like one big, like layout of. They're gonna create this entire fantasy city with like the terrain and display a bunch of the minis just in that like fantasy city,
My
That's
good
really cool.
God.
like to scale.
Wow.
It screams like a kid's toy room. It's like, yeah, the My Little Ponies have had like years of war with the Ninja Turtles.
That fucks. The Ninja Turtles would struggle, because, like, who would win, do you think? Because the Ninja Turtles have their discipline, their, like, years of ninja experience.
Ninjutsu, but carry on.
Ninjutsu, they've got the ooze. Like,
Mutagen, but carry on.
it's not the ooze?
Called the mutagen.
Okay.
No, I'm just being a dick. Carry on.
Um,
Toy Story meets Night at the Museum, yeah?
yeah. The fucking... So, the Ninja Turtles, but there's only, like, 4 of them. At max 5 of them, plus Splinter, so, like, 6, maybe. You know? And that's if they're letting the non-male Ninja Turtle talk this time. You could do some time travel shenanigans, get the Lost Ronin in there, and that's just, like, fucking 7 of them. And Casey, so that's 8.
Casey Jones.
April O'Neil,
April O'Neil, woman.
9. So you got 9 people.
Leatherhead would join the team, I reckon.
The fucking, the Chainsaw Massacre guy?
No, the crocodile.
Okay. So you got 10 people. How many ponies are there?
Don't ask me this, Kael. I've been asked too many My Little Pony related questions lately.
And the thing is, like, they're not just horses. Some of them have, like, witchcraft, right?
But some of the gods.
Huh? Fucking excuse me?
Yeah, one of them is actually Jesus.
Well, let's do the core versus core.
Core versus core?
There's 6 ponies.
6 ponies versus 4
4 turtles.
turtles. I think the turtles are clearing. The turtles have weapons.
Yeah, but they've got rarity.
What does rarity do?
I don't know. And Applejack. See the jewels? I know them.
Moving on.
Are you proud of me, Jules? That I know the...
So proud of you.
In chat, who do you think will win? Ninja Turtles or the fucking hell?
500 lions.
500 lions. What? 6 million SpongeBobs versus Goku. Goodness gracious. Would you, like... Because we paint miniatures, we collect miniatures, we have a lot of them, and we're like... You've gotten to the point where... It sounds like an intervention, but this is really cool. You've gotten to the point where you've bought, like, a cabinet. And we have cabinets here as well for the miniatures. If you could, would you let your collection get to, like, the fucking Johnny Sparkles?
Gary Sparks.
Gary Sparks? Star Spangled Banger?
What's Banger? Hardly know. Potentially, like, this guy doesn't look like a spring chicken. Like, he's definitely been around the park.
This guy does look like an ancient wizard.
Like, he's been around the traps a few times. So I can imagine he's collected these over a few years. Like, I don't see this guy rocking up one day and being like, yeah, I've got all these. Museum time, like, it's definitely built up. And I hope that my hobby lasts me that long.
Because, like, if we keep this whole Marvel thing going.
That's Gary.
That's Gary. Hello, Gary. That's Gaza.
Gaza Sparks.
That's not even a miniature. He just fell to that beast with his bare hands.
Yeah, this is the demon that I killed to earn this mansion.
That's where he got all of his money. Yeah, he made a deal with a demon, and then he killed the demon with it. Because, like, would not the goal be to have your own home?
In Australia, my goal is to have my own home.
Fucking pipe dream, am I right? But in that home, having, like, a Will Ferrell Lego Movie-esque basement where you just have all your Marvel guys in a big New York City.
Yeah, and when you turn the lights on, all you hear is.
You'll be the cool uncle who has the cool table with the minis that you're not allowed to touch.
Yeah.
But he lets you play Grand Theft Auto, so it's cool.
Well, no, maybe by then trains will have come back around. So, like...
Trains are still a thing.
No, what? No, I mean,
model
like...
trains.
Yeah, like my niece or nephew is like, oh, can we play with the trains? And I'm like, I don't have trains.
I don't have fucking trains. I got these static Marvel characters.
Yeah.
I've got Disney IP, and then they're like, that's cringe, grandfather.
And they hit me with a fucking dab and nut tap me and leave.
No, you hit them with a dab, and they're like, what the fuck was that, you old prick? We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's so...
We're Skingo now.
Yeah.
And then they hit the Skingo on you, and then they sack tap you.
Yeah. Anyway, the moral of the story is don't have kids, they'll sack tap you.
They'll hit their hometown, if you know what I mean. That was putrid. Or you could do a hybrid of the two. You could have your, like, fantasy New York sitch, but have a little subway system running around it.
With the Ninja Turtles.
With Ninja Turtles. Spider-Man on the front of it going... Let's...
Anyway, so that was cool things we found this week.
Woo!
Next up, big one. This is the second part of
the week.
The week. Yeah. This one
Mm.
is the minis of the week, where we go through some minis that we have found and just showcase them. Because, like, me and Kael, we paint. But some boy howdy, these people, they paint. So, without further ado, Producer Princess, could you pull up some cool miniatures?
The first mini.
Yeah.
So on the mini painting subreddit, I've gone through and found 3 miniatures that I think are a good menagerie of minis.
That's a good word.
This is the first.
I like it. Picasso.
That's really cool. That's like, that looks...
I love a good diorama.
That's like... The paint is so well done to the point where it looks like a vinyl toy, you know? That's really good.
I love it.
Mini number 2, it's more of a... Well, I guess both of these are more of displays than minis. But...
Okay.
Fucking what, actually?
Okay.
Okay, this one can go away. This one's making me feel inadequate about me. And
This is why I'll never own an airbrush, because if I have an airbrush and can't do that, then I'm just inadequate. So
that's really cool. And the fact that they got the lighting in there as well.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And the frame on it.
That is really cool.
I like it.
And then final mini of the week.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just thought he fucks.
He fucks. That guy fucks.
These 3 minis, like, Gary Sparks has these guys on speed dial.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Our goal is to get contacted by Gary Sparks.
I think that's a more fun goal than trying to win gold at the fucking...
To have Gary Sparks reach out to us.
To have a miniature... We'd probably have to reach out to him and be like, Gaza.
Well, Hayden paints, Kael just eats the brushes.
Hey, I suck the brushes, alright? I show the brushes a Gary Sparks TM good time.
Gary Sparks.
I gorp them.
Poor Gary.
What do you mean poor Gary? He's a fucking billionaire.
You can submit to prime picks
You can-
of things you think are cool in the TTRPG space happening and things that minis you think are cool in the Discord. There's a new section of the Discord called Prime Pick Submissions. So if you find a cool mini, you can send it through. If you paint a cool mini, you can send it through. Or
Show us your minis.
you could submit something for the third thing that we cover in Prime Picks.
Whoa.
What's the third thing?
TTRPG Community Spotlight. Whoa! It's where we all go down the spotlight and harass the local workers and play D&D.
Yeah. We all just stand around and scream and then go, oh, I didn't say that. Who was that? That was somebody else in here. That mustn't have been me.
We do that anyway. So this is where we shout out some of the other people in our sphere, in our scope. What mutuals, oomphs, I think the kids call them. Oomfies.
What? The fuck is an oomph?
The Mimics Den.
What's it? No, go back. What
So
the
they've
fuck's
become
an oomph?
they've started a new D&D podcast, which is something that we do, and I think are these the guys that have been messaging us and supporting us and being real cool and
Yeah,
being
they're
friends
cool.
and darling.
Yeah, these guys are cool. We like them.
They're
These-
one of the people from Mimics Den also runs a D&D themed clothing company where
Whoa.
they make D&D themed t-shirts and such.
Whoa. And they've started a new D&D podcast. So if you like what we do here and want more of it and are sick of us, you can double fist your D&D intake by supporting them. They're doing the Luck Weavers Tavern, which is the name of their new podcast, and that's pretty fucking cool.
Name goes hard.
I'm a little jealous of the name, if I'm honest. And wow, shit. So they've posted them on most of the podcasting platforms. So wherever you listen to your podcasts, they will be there. Tales from Tenumbra, which is actually just the sickest fucking name ever, and I am mad about that.
Yeah, but they don't have a name like Shattered Hearts.
Shatterbound. Yes, the long-awaited Tales from Tenumbra has been announced for release on the 21st of April. That's soon. So you can sink your teeth into...
Unless you're not listening to this live, then it might not be soon.
But that's Roll for Roll is doing that one. So that's their homebrew campaign. Tales from Tenumbra, which is fucked up how good of a name that is. Like,
Yeah, that name fucks.
they have been cooking.
When you say what's cooking good looking, this.
So those are two projects. You've got Tales from Tenumbra from Roll for Roll. That's going to be hitting on 21st of April. And also, the Mimics Den, they're doing the Luck Weavers Tavern campaign as well. Two epic campaigns from friends of the show. So
Content creators.
please check
Doing
them
cool
out.
things. Love to see it.
Love to see it.
I love refrigerators.
I love refrigerator. These are not double-sided. Now, back to the thing that we were talking about before, with Wizards of the Coast being greedy.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Not great.
Yeah. I feel like my brain's melted. I said greedy.
Yeah, so greedy.
Greedy little
Quick,
guys.
Kael, hit the greedy.
Anyway, this is a painting stream. I have not put any fucking paint on this miniature. big snafu, big project that was very exciting for a lot of people, especially those looking for an alternative when it came to remote play and playing online with their Dungeons and Dragons friends. Because sometimes you start a campaign, or you can't start a campaign locally because there are no players in your area, so you want to start one online. You go into Discords, you go into different Reddit threads, try and find a group. You finally find one, and then you have to settle on a good and fun way to play D&D online. And there are virtual tabletops that are pretty hit or miss. And then there was one, Wizards of the Coast, was going to be releasing an official one.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast went, hey, hold my beer. And we're going to make a cool thing.
People were naturally excited by that prospect, because all of the other solutions we had were third party, and they were kind of finicky, and they required a lot more from the user than you would kind of expect, especially for a game that's pretty accessible otherwise, except for the tomes and tomes of rules. So to have an official solution was a really, really exciting prospect. And if you tune out all of the layoffs and AI shenanigans and just the worsening of D&D as a brand and play style, it was a very exciting and hype-fueled thing. So they promised a high-end 3D virtual tabletop, which I think there's only one of those in the mainstream, which is just the tabletop simulator.
There's also Tailspire, which I used.
I turned you guys off instead of turning the window camera off, so you guys disappeared for a second.
Oh, lucky us. There was Tailspire, which is cool. You just get to move miniatures around, and you get to go wee and drag them around everywhere. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. But there's nothing really that stands out as hey, this is the solution for playing online with your pals.
The only reason I know about some of them is because Hero Forge is oh yeah, you can use your STL in these apps, and it's okay, cool, thanks.
Well, I didn't know those existed. So
Baldur's Gate 3. Is that on screen right now?
Yeah, they're using the characters because to demonstrate it, they used Baldur's Gate as a base form for it.
Well, that was a problem with it as well. Is that it's being used with Unreal Engine 5, which is a very resource-heavy and high-fidelity games engine. So your system would have to be able to run Baldur's Gate 3 at a bare fucking minimum to be able to run this new TTRPG simulator, which is a very tall task for a lot of PCs. My PC, my laptop, can run Dragon Age 1 maybe on a good day, and that shit came out 2007.
Yeah.
So my PS5 can hardly run Baldur's Gate 3 on a good day. So to ask people to sink the thousands of dollars to make a fucking PC just to play D&D, a game where all you realistically need are dice, and even then you can just download a dice app on your phone.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they envisioned that it would because at this point they had bought D&D Beyond, so they envisioned that it would connect directly to D&D Beyond.
Yeah, the whole idea was that they were going to sell them bundled in with the books, so you could buy a book on D&D Beyond and then have this full 3D way of playing it with all these maps and all these miniatures all made in this tabletop simulator. But it was reported to be more intensive than Baldur's Gate 3.
More intensive than
Baldur's Gate 3.
Which is fucking whackest bonkers, because that is the biggest game ever.
That's to play D&D, we've gone from to play D&D, you just need a pen and paper and some pals, to you need some pals, and boy howdy, your graphics card needs to be able to run everything under the sun.
Yeah, so you don't have a NASA tier supercomputer, you can't play Dungeons and Dragons anymore, I'm sorry, bro. And your local tiefling bard slinging bisexual is not in a good enough financial situation to drop thousands of dollars just to see their bisexual tiefling bard.
The average person is not in a position to drop thousands of dollars on anything anymore.
Same people who play bisexual tieflings aren't people?
No, I'm saying to bring it back down to a lot more people.
So I'm just being a dick.
No, even this comes back to like Nintendo being like, yeah, our game's going to be hundreds of dollars, and it's like, have you seen outside lately?
Yeah.
It's not good out there.
Well, the gaming space as a whole, like PS5 games, being $110 on a good day.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, imagine like
if you buy 5 PS5 games, you're essentially buying the console again.
Imagine like going, I want to play D&D because I want escapism, and the first combat is you're fighting like the person at Woolies who tells you like the total of your groceries.
Yeah.
That's what it's come to, because this shit is like, you need to spend thousands of dollars for the latest thing, otherwise you're so outdated and so behind.
And everyone in your party needs to have access to that.
Yeah.
Or they just can't play with you.
It's not like a Nintendo fucking game share where one person has a copy and everyone just shares. No. Everyone needs to drop thousands of dollars. You are going to be running the most expensive D&D campaign known to man.
Yeah. It just...
Like, at that point, it would be cheaper to buy all of the fucking miniatures that they have models for and paint them yourselves.
This is interesting.
Not. What's up?
And Chris Kael, the ex-Sigil lead, was big on microtransactions, alleged abused his staff, and also wasted 30 mil in Hasbro's cash somewhere on Sigil that they can't really explain.
Oh, it was ketamine. There's no way it wasn't ketamine.
Congrats, Greed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the average D&D player does not have the resources to play something that intense.
Exactly.
Like, if you have the ability to play something that intense, you're out fucking playing the most modded version of Skyrim possible.
You're out snorting cocaine off of femboy tummies on a yacht.
Yeah, you and Gary Sparks are having a fucking great time in Las Vegas.
Yeah. If you have that much money...
You could go on your own adventure.
Yeah.
You don't need D&D. You can fuck tieflings.
You could bioengineer a tiefling that you could fuck.
I'm sorry, but the art of comedy is bringing things back. You can have homosexuality in your real life.
For free!
You don't need to pay for... You don't need a graphics card for that shit.
It costs nothing to be gay.
It costs nothing.
It costs some things, but that's more of a safety situation.
Automod held a message in chat which says Gary Sparks pays the strippers to be the minis, but highlighted which part was being held for sex-based terms, and it was the name Gary.
He is a stripper! We knew it! We knew it! Gary!
He's paying Twitch to bury his past.
Gary Sparks, we're on to you. We know what the mini museum really is. It's a front for your sex work. / this is a joke, Gary. We do not believe you actually are a sex worker.
Nah, Gary's running the Pink Owlbear Club right now.
Pink Owlbear Club.
Pink Centaur Club. Oh my
Pink
god.
Centaur Club.
Holy shit. Is that like a fourth word that we can't say on Twitch now?
Gary.
Can't say Gary? The woke mob has gone insane.
This is what the left want.
Anyway, how did Project Sigil go?
Oh, abysmal.
It
Ow. Yeah, so like these numbers are pretty fucking dire, huh?
In March 2025, 90% of the team that were in charge of this project were laid off.
Imagine you're playing a game of touch footy.
Let me put this in a term that you, the viewer, would understand.
Imagine you're playing a game of touch footy, 90% of the team, hamstring, gone.
What do you do then?
What do you do then? How can you fucking play? How do you play footy? You're not playing footy, you're playing playing Foursquare at that point.
You're playing tennis,
mate!
You got one bloke out there.
Imagine you're eating a fucking 4 and 20 pie, 90% of it, gone.
What are you left with?
That's not lunch.
You're probably left with 10% of the pastry.
That's not lunch, that's Smoko at that point.
Imagine if your Dare Ice coffee had 90% of it gone.
Yeah, you're still hungry thirsty. That's oak.
Back to you, Kael.
So corporations, shit. So this cool project that everyone was excited for. Not only did people learn that they probably couldn't fucking afford it, and their PC couldn't run it, But also, it wasn't finished, because the creative team was completely and totally evaporated. Thanos killed 50% of the population. These motherfuckers killed 90.
Gone. Holy shit, 90?
Yeah.
Is that a typo?
No,
And-
it is. It's 90% of the employees working on it were fired.
March 2025.
So they released it unfinished on D&D Beyond.
Wait, it's out?
It's out. You can still use it. So it's still functioning.
You can still use it if you have
What is it? What does
They
the
released
program
it
run
on
through
D&D
Scratch?
Beyond, and barely many people are able to play it. Being able to make a character that works in it is very difficult to do because it only works with the 2024 rules and there's only a limited amount of races and stuff. But it also doesn't work. Like, a bunch of the abilities don't work. Like, I think with rogues it doesn't actually show that you have, like, sneak attack. And so it's impossible to actually play the rules in it.
Oh, wonderful.
And then after they released it, they fired 90% of the people working on it. Because they were like, we'll release it and we'll make it better over time, like Cyberpunk 2077. But no, they released it and then they fired 90% of the people working on stuff.
So you're telling me there's going to be a feet for hands mod in this tabletop RPG?
You can go on D&D Beyond right now.
I'm not going to do that.
What is that?
It's like being like, you can go to North Korea right now.
They don't get fed there.
I don't want to. They don't get fed in fucking Hasbro either. The fucking the tabletop RPG gulag. Jesus.
Jeez Louise, that is.
And then there's a little bracket down here that our producer Princess has put, a little category. All of these are categorized beautifully, formatted amazingly. And this category is why fans are frustrated.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. But it was the hype. It was a future for D&D. It was a step forward in a new direction. That was I imagine you're taking a step forward. There's not putting your best foot forward, and then there's intentionally stepping on a landmine.
Wasn't there like a live stream event where they went through all the shit that they were like announcing?
Well, this is the other thing, is that they did a big live show where they were doing a Dungeons and Dragons actual play live on stage with the Baldur's Gate cast.
Yeah.
And then halfway through when they get into combat, they just randomly be like, but we're gonna do combat with the new like sigil thing, and then they all like whip out their laptops and then they start playing on that, and everyone was so pissed because it was so bad.
My goodness.
Anyway, that's that.
It's like if you're watching fucking.
You got this.
It's like if you're watching The Last of Us HBO season 2 out now, not sponsored, and partway through, Ellie switches to the PlayStation Move. Ellie does the iToy in order to escape from Abby, like. Wiggle.
What other controversial things are WotC up to at the moment?
No.
Well, our lovely friends over at Baldur's Gate.
The place. The city.
So, we'll give you the TLDR. A person who is a big fan of Stardew Valley. You know Stardew Valley. I know you know it.
You've had gay sex. You've played Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
You've thought about gay sex. You've done so while playing Stardew Valley. You've had gay sex while the Stardew Valley pause screen was burnt into your fucking TV. Don't you lie to me. Back to
Anyway,
you.
so people that really liked Stardew Valley also really liked Baldur's Gate. And they went, what if both of these games were just the same game? So someone, not naming who,
You know who you are.
put mods into Stardew Valley so they could play as their favourite Baldur's Gate characters. I know what you're thinking. Harmless. Correct. It's just a reskin. It just brings these characters from Baldur's Gate into Stardew Valley.
With full customized pixel art as well, and portrait art for the characters, that, dare I say, is better than the original Stardew Valley portrait art.
Let me pull this up.
It looks so fucking good. It's genuinely gorgeous.
Because they replaced the villages in the game with the NPCs from
Baldgate.
Baldur's Gate.
And then Wizards of the Coast have the rights for the Baldur's Gate characters because they,
Which is stinky and smelly.
it's stinky and smelly to begin with.
That's why we get so many Minsk and Boo miniatures.
sent the people that made the mod cease and desist.
Which, for those of you who aren't petulant filmmakers, is essentially a warning and a
if you don't, it's an if you do not stop, things will happen. Of
it's often used from people in power against people who are independent.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stinky and smelly, and it's a tool of the oppressors. And for such a harmless, innocent, very impressive fan project to be schmacked with this by a company who's already laying off all of its artists, replacing them with AI. Having its lead creatives, like lead artists for Magic the Gathering, and lead writers and rule makers for Dungeons and Dragons, having them leave over creative disputes and business stuff, blatantly ignoring the rights of artists and the needs of the community, promising grand projects to then send them out raw and riddled with digital salmonella. For them to choose this move to start attacking, it's not bad enough that all of the official shit is being devalued and sloppified and hit with the skibbity ray. Now the fan content is being completely and utterly obliterated.
This is also after Wizards of the Coast had a huge issue with people making content for their game a few years back. This is after that whole thing where Wizards of the Coast went, if you make shit for our game, we own it, you have to sign contracts and we get a percentage of everything you do and yada yada yada. They then doubled down and went, oh, we're gonna actually make a cease and desist for these people that made a mod for a game that we have no hand in.
Yeah, so the whole thing with this episode is...
Don't be fucky.
Fuck Wizards of the Coast. Hasbro gave us Transformers.
And G.I. Joe.
Jar Jar?
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. For those of you who like guns and action figures with rubber bands in them to give them really dynamic
Karate chop action! Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah. And military ninjas. So while Hasbro has given us these beautiful, beautiful things, and
Nerf? Did they give us Nerf?
Oh, I think they did. That's the thing. They may own your childhood, but they do not own you. They do not own your imagination. Okay? And D&D has been the fucking the outlet for so many of us who don't have the resources to write a novel or to make an animated series, but still need to tell our stories and want to hang out with our friends. For some, it is the only consistent way in our adult lives that we can get together on a regular basis, by hosting these games of D&D. And they do not own that. They don't own you, they don't own your friendships, they don't own the memories that you have made playing Dungeons and Dragons. And they will try. They will cease and desist all of the fan projects they like, but that will not change the fact that the biggest export of Dungeons and Dragons has never been the rulebooks, the world, any of the official shit. It's what the community has made of it. And they will never own that. Be gay. Play Stardew Valley. ACAB. Free Palestine. Fuck Wizards of the Coast. Venom's tongue is purple now.
I painted stone to be brown.
Yay! That does look really nice. Oh, fuck. Jerry, show your fucking Ant-Man to the camera.
I can't.
No, not that one. The fucking other one.
What, the other one?
He's looking good.
Oh,
That's a good fucking
I
Ant-Man.
named him Gary. Gary Sparks.
Careful, we'll get banned for using that word.
Gary.
That's a really good Ant-Man.
Thank you.
That's so fucking clean. Anyway. Recent community controversies. Oh, that's all we just talked. So,
Should we go to Discord questions?
I think we should.
Yeah, it's about that time.
I think we should.
We've got about 10 minutes left. We'll do some
There is
Discord
hope.
questions.
The people who made our favorite games are still making our favorite games, just outside of the fucking corporate overlords. The last Metroid is in captivity. We can rest easy. The fuck do you have for us, Discord?
Oh no.
What fresh hell awaits us today?
With the way that D&D has gone, make the ruling yourself instead of here's how it works with more recent rule updates. 1, do you think this is linked to Jeremy Crawford's departure? And 2, do you like it?
I think, see, in saying that though, I play with people that have quite a significant amount of common sense. So not having the rules be like, this is it in black and white, is a bit like, yeah, it's fine. But I just know that there's going to be tables out there, it's like, actually nothing in the player's handbook says that I couldn't make this person fall asleep and then cast the spell that makes them love me, so they wouldn't know I've cast it on them.
It's a real example, by the way. Yeah, it's... Drop my paint into the paint. It is tricky. It's like there are certain rules from these fan-made systems that are very much like, if you can trust your friends to be chill, then this works. But if you are just a game that's being run at a game store, it's going to cause pandemonium. And I think this might be one of those things. Because having the official rulings does help. And I think we should, culturally, be able to have conversations and discussions on rules without it turning into a big shitstorm. But, I don't know how I feel about it. I did a big spiel about how I feel about D&D.
15 bits.
15 bits?
I got a point, thank you.
Oh, there's lots of bits. Thank you very
I'm
much.
so full.
15 bits for Be Gay, Play Stardew Valley, Free Palestine, Fuck Wizards of the Coast, Venom's tongue is purple now.
Sweet. Yeah, that's another political stance. Make Venom's tongue purple.
Have you ever had a YouTube channel or have you ever wanted to start one? If so, what type of content did you make / will you make?
Oh my god. Well, Hayden's made content before.
What? What is that in reference to?
Oh, you know.
Pull it up.
Pull it up.
I don't think you showed my purple starfish on...
Why is it purple?
That's the name of the YouTube channel.
Purple starfish?
No, why is it purple?
I, in 2012, with a classmate of mine, to protect his identity, we're going to call him Ron, we were going to create a skit-based YouTube channel in the vein of Smosh. We were planning our own Smosh. And holy fuck am I glad we never picked up the camera. We were gonna do Black Ops Zombies parodies where we kill zombies, and we were gonna do here's what we're gonna do. Here's what the plan was. It was gonna be a Macklemore thrift shop. Fucking, you know how Smosh did the game parodies? It's gonna be one of those. It's Macklemore thrift shop, but it was COD Zombies. And we wrote down the lyrics, did the whole parody, and I'm so fucking glad it never went into production.
I never had a YouTube channel, I don't think. But I'm on a significant amount of things on the internet. Digital footprint is crazy.
What do you mean by that?
So...
Are you in Buttfuck Sluts Go Nuts?
Yeah.
I thought you were in the background of that.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, they had to have a body double for me because my wang was too big.
Yeah.
So I'm on a few vlogs.
Just imagining Casey Neistat and you're just in the background like, what the fuck?
Nah, my friends all, like, growing up, a lot of my friends had cameras, a lot of my friends were into videography and that kind of stuff. So I spent a significant amount of time in front of the camera because they were behind it. So yeah, I'm on a lot of vlogs out there on the internet. I think a lot of them got taken down because the person that made them, they're a teacher now.
Oh, fuck. Don't scare me like that.
Yeah. So a lot of them got taken down. I have a YouTube channel as well, and I'm pretty sure the only things I've posted, there was a really, really bad YouTube poop of Fast and the Furious scene.
Oh no.
From Fast and Furious 5 that I edited.
You made YouTube poop stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure there's a League of Legends gameplay video out there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. But like growing up, my sister and I would make like music videos on like Video Star. I don't know, Absolute Video Star. I don't know if you know about that anymore. But yeah, they never saw the light of day on the internet. Like, of course, we like shared them around to our friends. We were like, look how sick this is.
Yeah.
Me and my friend. Oh, I also made stop motion videos with
fuck
Lego.
yeah.
They fucked. Probably didn't, looking back.
That reminds me of my fucking in year 11 creative industries.
Video Star. Yes, Video Star. Yeah, you know. That was I did a Gangnam Style video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've seen the Gangnam Style video.
Yeah. It goes crazy.
Shout out to friend of the show, Bridget.
Shout out, friend of the show, Bridget, being the videographer, and she stars in it. You haven't seen the full thing. She's in it.
There is like, it's a shot for shot remake of Gangnam Style, and there is nothing like sinister about it. But there is like a very foreboding energy to it.
It's in black and white for some reason.
It feels like the live leak badge should be in the corner. I feel like I'm gonna watch this child die.
Yeah,
It's evil.
we did one for the song Hangover when I
Oh,
was like
God.
too young to know what a hangover was. So me and my friend were just like, oh, surely it's when you're still drunk. So we're just acting drunk. We're like, I've got a hangover. Whoa.
It means I was drunk
We do
yesterday.
have a few more questions.
Yeah, that's good.
What shows are you watching right now?
Right now, I'm currently still watching Daredevil. Watching Fear the Walking Dead for the first time. I'm really enjoying that at the moment.
Fear.
Yeah, but a lot of my time is taken up by Marvel Rivals.
What about you, Kael?
I'm also watching Daredevil and having a bad time with it. Supposed to be watching Adolescence. I hear that's good.
Hayden, what has been your favourite moment on Harbinger House so far?
My favourite moment on Harbinger House so far.
From episodes 1 and 2.
Getting to threaten Kesto was really fun. That was a lot of fun. But I really enjoy like the little moments, not like the big like, oh, we need to go solve this crime. Like it's just like the stuff that no one wrote in the book, where you're like, oh, what about this and this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, it's my mum. How about you come back tomorrow morning? That kind of shit.
What have I been saying? It's the shit that you make up.
Yeah.
Hey, what have we been fucking talking about over here?
What have we been talking about?
Question specifically for Hayden. Who is your favourite My Little Pony?
Rarity, because her Scottish heritage is very strong.
Question for Kael. Who is your favourite Ninja Turtle character?
Applejack.
Another question for Kael. What the fuck does this say?
Can you joke it?
Can you hit the Shikingo for us right now?
Is that what it actually is?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favourite non-D&D TTRPG system for a campaign, and what is your favourite for a one-shot?
For a one-shot, I really like Monster of the Week. I like the idea of like inviting a bunch of people over and being like, we're going to make Monster of the Week characters, and then we're going to play a game. It's going to take 3 hours.
I think setting up GURPS, nightmare. But playing GURP, like the most accessible, the most streamlined TTRPG I've ever touched. It's good. And you still get to roll dice. It's nice.
But for long-form campaign, I definitely like the Marvel one. That one is really fun.
And then, final question of the evening. What is your favourite piece of D&D Live Presents merch?
The Sundered
It
Hearts.
can be existing merch or non-existing.
The Sundered Hearts jumper.
The Sundered Hearts t-shirt. It's the most comfortable t-shirt I've ever worn.
It felt cozy. I love the jumper. It felt cozy.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, all of our jumpers are the same make. Just
Whoa.
different
Whoa.
art on them.
Yeah.
So all the jumpers are that cozy.
I think, like,
Show it off, Kael.
outside of outside of this shirt, the fucking
No. We want to know what's inside the shirt.
me,
Yeah.
my
Oh yeah.
my breasts,
Oh yeah.
my big gungly munglies.
Alright.
I'm sorry if you're listening to just the audio right now. I was gonna say something. Yes, the Harbinger House tees. Those look like something that, like, if they were released 20 years ago, like a really annoying Depop 19-year-old would like have it in the vintage store for $300. It's that good. It's amazing. Like a motherfucker who claims they're a fashion guy, but their fit is a white button-up t-shirt, a loose black tie, and a black puffer jacket will fight you over that shirt. That's how good it is.
That's everything.
I hate that fit so much, and it's everywhere.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah, Venom.
I can't lift any of mine because they're all so wet. Don't look at me like that. You know what it's like. Anyway, so that is it from us. We are done and dusted for the day, but you probably...
I'm done.
And I'm dusted.
Yay.
But don't you worry, because you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, I wish there was more D&D Live Presents content this week.
That is what you sound like.
Boy. Gee willikers.
You haven't heard your voice recorded before? It sounds like that.
Gee willikers.
You're whiny as shit.
Oh, boy. Well, joke's on you, fuckknuckle, because we've got Sundered Hearts on the VOD channel that we were talking about before. And what's this Sunday? Harbinger House.
We're in a house.
And boy, is it Harbinger.
Who is it?
It's
Mystery?
Yeah, so Harbinger House this Sunday. And the VOD channel has all our old stuff. So if you want to go have a little browse of the back catalogue, you can do that. You can do that. But that is it from us. Yeah, we have a Prime Picks Discord where you can put things in there. Be like, look at this. What do you think, guys?
Submit your minis as well if you want us to show your minis in the Discord also.
It'd be crazy if you did that.
It would be crazy if you did. We could start our own Sammy Spanglecock museum.
Put some respect on Blank Sparks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Gaza Sparks.
Gaza Sparks.
We could start our own collection of little miniature guys, and they'd be like NFTs because they're all pictures.
I love refrigerators.
I love refrigerators.
Anyway, that is it from us. We will see you here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, same bat shit antics. We miss you already.
Pussy!